Hi everyone, this is Ishika Kesarwani and I welcome you all to the Tech Podcast. Today we are having Siddhesh Ratna Singh with us. He's a data scientist at Flexdrop. Can we first start with your introduction?
Hi everyone. As she told, I'm Siddhesh from Flexdrop. Flexdrop is a startup and it's a cattle health management company. So we are currently in the second phase of second version of the product. And for my background, I have a master's in biomedical engineering from IIT Hyderabad and a bachelor's in computer science engineering from Galgodias University. So, and right now I'm pursuing a data science. Why there is a lot of change, if you ask? Uh, See, biomedical engineering is an interdisciplinary field which needs people from different background and and who wants to implement their skills in the domain of medical, like medical devices, nanomedicines, things like that. So I've been using my skills from computer science in the field of biomedical engineering for like let's say 8 months now.
Okay, so why did you exactly pursue a career in biomedical for MTech? Because I've seen people who are into data science, they usually shift to like a career in computer science only for MTech, but why biomedical in specific?
There are many reasons for that, but the thing which comes on top is that human body is very close to every humans and it generates a lot of data that we need to understand and that we need to process. And I see that the world is still very much behind in these types of technologies, and every year we are making improvement, but still I see that there are a lot of avenues where we can do a lot of work and come on top of it, come on top of so many diseases, on top of so many issues.
Okay. So why did you exactly start with data science? And why not other technologies?
Yeah, that's a good question. Collecting data and processing data, that's what every human being does actually. Wherever we see something, we try to understand that, find pattern behind all those things, all those events. And data science in biomedical engineering is the same. It was just natural to me to understand those data. What kind of data? If you ask, these are just there can be anything. There can be data of diseases. There can be data of uh, normal human being walking. That's what we call gait analysis. Uh, Things like that. So understanding a human being and the pattern behind that human being. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, but right now there's a immense need for data scientists.
Mhm.
There are so many openings, and because of that, a lot of people have been running after this field.
Yeah.
Why do you think one should pursue a career in this, and why they shouldn't?
See, there is a lot of competition in data science, and but quality people are very hard to get. I have taken a lot of interviews, and when I see that because it's flashy, it's a flashy domain, people want to enter here. But one should choose to come into a particular field because of their passion. If they want to do something, generally passion you can define with some kind of applications that you want to pursue. So most of the time that is lacking, I see. And finding pattern in data, that is what inherent to human being, and everybody tries to do that. But again, there is a lot of people here trying to pursue this field, and many of them are not doing it properly.
Yeah, that is true indeed. Also, how much value does doing a MTech adds on? to get a job in this field? Because I have heard a lot of people saying if you want to pursue a career in data science, you need to have a degree, and that too
Mhm.
for MTech, and from a college which is not in India. I have heard a lot of
Mhm.
people saying that. So, what's your view on that?
Before answering that, before answering about degrees, I will add one thing. See, for job, if you job and academics, these are two different spheres. Okay, so when you go for a job, you are making something, totally focused upon making that. You hustle, and in academics you try to understand something and then you try to make something. That is the difference between these two. And what happens is there is a gap between academics, and there is a gap between the application of the things which you have learned, that is industry. So both of the domain works differently. Academics is where you trying to find the best technology, SOTA, state of the art technologies, and industry, you need the best enough technology so that you can deploy. That is the difference between these two. So another thing is that every year you add for academics, either be a coaching, either be a master's, either be PhD, or it's a additional year of BTech. Some people do double bachelors, things like that. Every year you focus upon academics, it gives you, I think, 7% or 20% more ROI. It increases your salary by that percent. I'm not sure with the number. There is a Stanford research that you can check. So masters is not important. Having the skills for that particular job is important. If you can do that within when you are studying for intermediate, when you are in high school, that's good. But see, one more thing is there. As the year passes on, you gain some maturity, you gain some experience in the field. So if you're going for masters, I suggest you have a you gain some experience in job first, then you come back to the masters, and then you will have a different focus upon what to do. And it is very important to work as like if you make a to-do list, it is very important to make those to-do list. Yeah, I have to understand these things in academics based upon actionability. You are going to act upon that, you are going to make those kinds of projects, so it shifts your focus rather than just okay, let's start with pandas, let's do data science, let's do machine learning. Not like that, it should be based upon actionability.
Okay, so what are the common myth about your job or the field that you're working on that people usually think about? The
uh,
misunderstandings.
See, I also believe in some myths, so it may be hard to come by some of the myths and say and identify them. uh, so they say data science is difficult. So what happens is it's kind of an art also. This is not just science. So when you are into the thinking of solving something, you will come across several things which you cannot rationally say. Okay, basically it's just science, but there is a lot of art into it. It's not just plain science. You can learn that skill and just apply it. You have to apply it over some time, and then you will find that okay, this is your strategy. And those strategies differ from people to people also. It's really difficult for me to find some myths actually. So yeah, if you have some, you can just let me know.
That's totally fine.
Hmm.
I honestly saying I don't have any, to be honest. I just feel that people have been running after this field just because of the money. This is what I feel about this field.
Yeah. Machine
Yeah.
learning, everybody says machine learning, and in industry also and in academics, if you are making some project, writing paper, they will say explicitly ki, okay, if you try to implement some machine learning into it, then it will be easy to get funding, it will be easy to advertise, things like that.
Yeah, like I have seen a lot of people running after this field, even though they don't have interest in mathematics and stats, probability, and they'll
Hmm.
just do it for the sake of doing it. and after some time they realize that they have made a huge mistake
Yeah.
pursuing this as a field, because there's a
Mhm.
huge difference in between, data science is divided into data engineering, and then we have data analysis and ML and all those stuff. So people are not able to distinguish in between that. So that's
Yeah.
one more issue that I would like to add on. Yeah.
See, uh, from this, I can connect to one thing. When people try to get into this data science now, they do have something that they want to make. That they do have something that they want to put in front of the world and say that, okay, yeah, I have done that, and either be maths, either be any programming language. These are just a language to express yourself so that other party can understand, so that computer can understand, so that another people in the same field can understand. And it is just like learning a language. So sometimes there are a lot of slangs in that language that we say, okay, this is that person's art. And if you don't love to communicate, if you don't want to say something, you just want to force yourself upon somebody, then that's instructions. That is not a language, that is not a proper communication.
Yes. Like, what if someone wants to pursue a career in data science from
Mhm.
a fresher's point of view? If he or she wants a internship or a job in this field,
Mhm.
what are some of the projects that you would suggest them to make?
Just one thing, get out of your comfort zone. There are a lot of uncomfortabilities in this domain, and there is a lot of chaos. You'll find something that you don't know, and it is not that important to remember. It is not that important to make you remind yourself ki, you don't know that thing, you don't know that thing. For a fresher, that's a very difficult point to say ki, okay, I do not understand that thing, maybe I'm not good enough to do that. huh so this entire journey in computer science is finding things out, figuring things out, and how efficient you are in that defines you as a um person who is trying to solve something. And passion is has a lot of implications in it, but also you need to give some time for your understanding also. It is not always about making things, it is about learning and using new skills into that. It's just like exploration of something new and exploiting that. And there are a lot of times when the difference between a fresher and a senior developer will be that there are a lot of times when you will see ki, okay, this is how can I do it. But over time the senior gains some experience, and they will say ki, okay, I don't know how to do this, but I can figure that out. That is confidence. So that you gain from your experience and from other people's experience. Yeah, so it's all about patience also.
Yeah. So, like, if you have to change your field to some
Mhm.
other domain other than data science, what
Mm,
will it be?
what will it be? I have never thought about this question actually. Uh, it will revolve somewhere in medical devices.
Maybe something like IoT plus biomedical. That will be a really great combination.
No, 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 no.
Not
I
that.
have given it a try. When I was in MTech college, I tried to dabble with IoT and found that, okay, even though I can do this, I am not very passionate about that. My inclination was always towards finding data and finding the pattern behind that data, not much about collecting that data.
Okay. What is the most important lesson you have learned over your career that you would like to share with the listeners? A tip from
There
your
are
end.
there are a lot of lessons in my journey, and I never sat down and put to and I never sat down and just wrote those things. Ki, okay, these are the lessons, but focus upon yourself and give some time to learning daily. It's not just about making things. It's also about improving yourself so that next time you can make things better in a faster way, in a more efficient way. uh, Communication, stay in touch with people of your domain, talk to them. Lot of learning is there. So I will say 50% of learning is there. They will say something and something will bounce off you, and then you will think, you will keep thinking about that, what happened. So communication, and also communication with other people of your domain, and also how better you can communicate. So a lot of times you'll have to communicate something to client, to your seniors. So improve yourselves in communication. Talk to random strangers, and try to explain something to them, or write, just write.
Okay, thank you. I guess with that, we can wrap up today's session. Thank you so much for taking out your time and sharing your journey with us. It was a very insightful session. And to all the
Mhm.
listeners, stay tuned because we're going to come with many more videos like this. Thank you for joining. Have a good day.